Okay. So as usual, YouTube and me, we're not good friends. Always something is wrong. Always, always, always. And I forgot that. Now I'm here waiting for the people who are probably sitting there going, where the hell? What happened? As usual, I froze. As usual, the connection is bad. Chandra just told me you're bad. So I should have known I should have known that bad things were I should have known that bad things were just about to happen, because whenever somebody says to me, you have a bad connection, DeShawn, that is a clue that something funky is about to go down. You feel what I'm saying? And so something funky just out. Nubian Princess, how many times is this going to happen? Why, Nubian Princess, why? Why does it happen? Why? Why does YouTube hate me so much? Why does YouTube treat a sister in such a poor way? Or is it Optimum Online? Which one is it? I pay a premium for Optimum Online, and yet I have these issues. I have these issues all the time. I pay a lot of money a month for my cable internet service, over $200, to ensure that I have no issues, and yet I have issues. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Makes you want to go over there and rip the thing out the wall and throw it in the garbage. Actually, no, throw it out the window and then go downstairs and stomp on it. Yes. Okay. I digress. I digress. Hi, Catherine. Hey, Miss Monique. Miss Monique, I know you were just about to ask me something. So you so please feel free to ask me now. She goes, hi, DeShawn, I made it. Boy, I missed your lives. Do you mean the crackhead version of somebody doing a live show on YouTube? Welcome. Welcome. Mm-hmm. There we go. There we go. That's your girl. Okay. So we're officially back when we have to go away and then come back to a new show completely. That's what happens in DeShawn's world. What can I say? Hey, no, welcome back to you, DC. Thank you for coming back. Sorry, guys. As usual, it's always something funky in here. There's always something funky. I can't with this thing. Oh, okay, Chandra R. Chandra, you told me that something was wrong, and I didn't listen to you. I should have stayed completely still and just waited for it to pass. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do that. Now could I? So, Ms. Chandra, not sure if you answered this question, so my apologies in advance if you have. Have you ever had to decline a standing client because the hair or styling started going in the wrong direction? Oh no, not because of somebody else's jackery. No. I'll tell you what I do, Miss Chandra. What I do is, let's say, how can I put it? Let's say it's somebody in the public eye, okay, and something funky has just happened behind the scenes. Like you said, the hair is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like you go, what the fuck? Right? The hair might be funky. Or I had a client, I think I told y'all, who wanted a certain eyebrow, and I had done this beautiful makeup on her. And then she go, oh, I like my eyebrows like this. And then, and then she got up and she proceeded to draw her eyebrow from here all the way here. What happens in those cases, my dear, is I simply do not post them. You will never see them. You will never know, oh, I didn't know DeShawn worked for that person, because you will never see it. So that's how I do it. It's not like I'm going to be like, walking out and saying whatever. Oh my God. The other thing that you can do is every now and then, like back in the day when I used to test a lot, Miss Chandra, and every now and then you'd have a hairstylist, because it's a test, that would do something and you go, what the F is that? Like, what the fuck? But the makeup was bomb, then all I would do is crop the picture in a certain way so you couldn't even see the hair. So those two things are what I would do. Either if it's a celebrity, I just wouldn't open my mouth. I wouldn't say anything. And especially nowadays, you see, when that happened to me back in the day, we didn't have all this background stuff. We didn't have all of this. So if it happened now and I saw that, it is harder to not post it yourself because other people post now for you. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could be backstage doing something and then all of a sudden, she comes out the back of the hair. It's just like, what the F? But you're already in all these videos and people are taking all these backstage pictures. So it's very hard to distance yourself from that. Thank God. And I'll tell you this. Let me tell y'all. You guys know, I mean, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. So I have a Guinness World Record for being a beauty director, right? Yay! She got a Guinness World Record. Isn't that fantastic? Yes, I think it's a wonderful feat. I am also an author. I say all this to say I'm an author. I'm a makeup artist of 21 years now. I'm giving you all of my accolades, okay, for a reason, okay? I have 50 some odd celebrity clients up my ass. I mean, I have a resume, okay? But your girl, this one here, was also her makeup job was voted worst makeup of the year. Yes, it was voted worst makeup of the year. It was on some type of channel where they were counting down the makeup jobs of the year. They counting down the makeup jobs of the year. Now, this is the same client, by the way, who decided to take her eyebrow and go like this. She's also the same client that went off into the bathroom and kind of came back and did this on her face. Okay. And by the way, by the time this particular picture was taken of her, I was long gone. I wasn't with her all night. So I'm watching the countdown on E going, ooh, child, that makeup's bad. Ooh, that's some bad makeup. Ooh. The number one makeup. Boom! There she was. I said, holy shit. I was like, and then I'm sitting there, Shonda, I'm saying, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It's too late. It's too late. It doesn't matter. And that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it happens and it doesn't matter. Sometimes these people, especially these type of celebrities, will walk away from you, or you leave, you do the makeup and then you leave. And then let's say 6 hours of paparazzi comes up. And they'll go into the bathroom and do whatever they want to do. But at this point, it's too late. There's nothing I can do. Now, thank God, this wasn't during the time where there was like all these pictures of the glam squad, because you would have seen me earlier doing her makeup. So you would have thought, oh, well, you did that to her, when I didn't. That's why nowadays, a lot of times when I see bad makeup, it has to be how to explain? It has to be a repetition. So what I mean by that is, so let's say I see bad makeup on, well, I would never see bad makeup on Queen Latifah because Sam Fine does her makeup, but let's just pick Queen Latifah. So I just saw bad makeup on Queen Latifah, right? And then the next week I see the same jacked up bad makeup and I'm like, ooh, I don't sometimes always necessarily blame the makeup artist for that, because now I'm wondering in my head behind the scenes, I'm like, well, did the makeup artist do that or did she do that? You see, that's where my head is at now. Many years ago, I was on a TV show. I was being a guest on like some cable TV show. And we were talking about fashion and stuff. And I remember the commentator asking, it was me and now, oh God, what does he do? He hangs out with my friend. He is the fashion stylist for one of the top, oh my God, my brain just farted. He is the fashion stylist for one of the top people we have today, one of the top Black talents of today. Oh my God, I can see. It's not Zendaya. He's not Zendaya's person, but he's like us, Zendaya. Like wherever that girl is, that's where this other girl is, but her name is escaping me. So he's really up there. And the question that the commentator or what an interviewer had asked us both was, whose makeup is really bad? And I was just like, well, I can't say it's really bad because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I don't know if that makeup artist has been trying to change up this person's style and they just refuse. I don't know if the makeup artist did the makeup and then left and then they did that. I don't know. So I stopped kind of going, ooh, instead of, and that's how my brain thinks now, because I know it has happened to me. The worst makeup of the year. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? So we just don't know, but hello. Okay. So that's my answer. It's just, yeah. Hold up. I hope I answered your question. Have you ever had to decline? Right. So you asked me if I decline. No, I don't decline, but I do realize, Chandra, that the hair is out of my control. Like we were just talking about how the hairstylist feels the need to dominate makeup for some reason. I never feel the need to dominate the hair. The hair is what the hair is. And if this person, whomever it may be, is happy with the hair, who am I to say that's a piece of shit? That's not up to me to say. So I don't decline per se. Now, what I will say to you about declining, yes, there are clients, some celebrities I will never work for ever again in the history of never ever. And every now and then, yes, I do get calls to work for them. And I just say, as I say in my video, I am booked, I can't make it, but I'm literally sitting on my sofa. I don't want to work with them ever again. I don't want to. So I decline, though I don't say it like, listen, bitch, I decline. I just decline. I just say, oh, no, I can't. Okay, so do I decline on clients? Yes. But do I decline because the hair is a little jacked up or something? No, I've never had to decline because of something like that. So there you go. Sandra says, I don't post even though the celebrity did. So I understand. Yeah, I'm not a poster either. I mean, you guys, I know some people, somebody had said to me, not recently, but like in the last 6 months, do you even work? Like, how relevant are you? Do you even work? And yeah, I work. I just don't post. I'm not a poster, and I understand that we are in a posting world, in other words, it's sort of like what Judge Judy, I love Judge Judy, so I always like talk about Judge Judy, but Judge Judy says, if I don't see it, then it's not real. And that's what's happening because of Instagram and such. If you don't see that I'm posting work, then you might think that I am not working, whereas I just don't post work. That's, there are two sides to every story. One story is if you see an artist and they don't have a lot on their Instagram or whatever, it doesn't mean they're not working. It means they don't post. You know what I mean? So that misnomer about, do you work? Like, yes, I work. I work a lot. I just don't post. That's all. I thought I saw Maria Jones. Maria Jones, didn't you just ask me a question? I thought I saw a question. How did DeShawn made it? Wait. So, yeah, Shonda, that's the problem, honestly, with backstage stuff and being part of the glam squad. Nowadays, we don't have the control, or I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I don't have the control of me anymore like I used to. Like I can just say, I don't even take pictures of celebrities when I work with. I don't like that whole thing. It's just not my thing. Yeah, but I don't even like doing that. So, Jason Bolt. Now I have to look him up. Is it Jason Bolt? See, now y'all got me live on air looking at. I'm thinking, is it Jason? So yeah, so we were on the talk show. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I went off a tangent. Sorry. So we were on the talk show, and I just was, the way he asked me the question, it was like one of those, ooh, tell us what you think. Tell me who you think sucks. And I'm like, first of all, I don't throw my fellow makeup artists under the bus like that. And I said to him, and I said, oh no, I don't do that. And he was like, oh, come on, you could. I said, I don't do that. And then I started to explain. And I remember reading some comments like, well, why is she on the show if she ain't going to talk about who's bad? That ain't my job to say who's. First of all, there's makeup out there to me that's beautiful, stunningly beautiful, that you might not like. You might think, I don't like that. It was too boring. It's too plain. You see, everybody's eyes is subjective. Can I see bad makeup? Of course I can. But when you're in the celebrity world, there are circumstances that are happening behind the scenes that people just do not understand. I am not going to throw a makeup artist under the bus unless it's a consistency that I keep seeing from them. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus in terms of bad makeup. I'm not doing that. Not like that. There's too much behind the scenes. So Roddy says, very good of you. I'm trying to be better about this as well. I have a client, a young star, very popular, who doesn't let anyone fill in her eyebrows. I hope people don't judge my brow skills by that. Exactly. This is the hardest part of our job, is that a lot of people don't understand that sometimes, like, I had a client who wanted to rim her own eyes. I have another client who she does a kick-ass job on her eyebrows, though, already, honestly. But I have another client who's very, very, very particular about her eyebrows. She wants to do her eyebrows. I'm not mad. But yes, if they jack it up is the issue. And so that's where our therapy comes in. Like, okay, so I see that you drew them in. I know sometimes it doesn't always work because I know how people can be, but sometimes I might suggest, oh, can I just kind of go in there, just fill, kind of give you a little bit more of a shape, that kind of thing. I ask, I just don't do, but okay, I lied. Sometimes I just do it. So how I do it? Okay. First of all, let them do whatever they want to do, right? But like, I have clients that might want to do like, their own stuff. The clients want to do a lot of their own things sometimes, which sometimes I say, why am I here? But I'm like, hey, you paying me, I'll stand here and you do it all day. But then I have to rejudge them and I have to fix them. And so sometimes when clients do things wrong, and they think it's right, I just normally just go back in and start doing faces and then going right back to that area and cleaning it up. And they'll look at themselves as the finished product and they think they did it. Do you understand what I'm saying, Arati? They think they did it. So if your young girl is going in there and doing her eyebrows or something, then you just gently figure out a way to go over it again, and your way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if your way is a heavy, heavy-handed way and her way was a softer way, she's going to see what you did. But for the most part, you can always go in and tweak people. They won't even understand what you're doing. They don't understand. And also, I don't have clients who look directly into a mirror. A lot of times I'm working without a mirror. So I don't have that issue. If you have a client that is looking into the mirror, you turn her around, especially if she's done something wackadoo. Turn her around, do whatever you need to do, go in there and fix it. Or you could just be honest and say, you know what, I really do think that your eyebrows today for this particular look is really heavy. Let me, and then sometimes what you could do, Arati, and we all can do this, and I've done it several times, is I will pull out my camera phone, I will take a picture, and I will say, do you see your eyebrows? Do you notice all I see are eyebrows? I see nothing else. And they may say, oh, I didn't realize I draw them too heavy. That's the other way. That phone really has saved my ass in so many ways by clicking a picture and saying, do you see that? You see? And then they'll see that it's messed up. Sometimes you have to put it in their faces for them to say, oh, I see what you're saying. And if it's, let's say if it's an eyebrow situation, hey, you just did your eyebrows. I'm gonna take a picture. Now I'm gonna do your eyebrows and I'll take a picture. Let's compare the pictures and see which one you like better. Or let's compare it. And then you learn how to explain it to her why your way is better. Explain the reason why I did it this way. And this happens to me a lot. And I have to say, well, the reason why I did your eyebrows this way is because I wanted you to have more of a lift, or I feel like this shape is a little bit better for your hairstyle. You see what I'm saying, already? So that's how you kind of get around that. It's just honestly, already, it's just open communication. Sometimes I know we want to hide. Sometimes we just want to, like, just suck it up. But sometimes we don't have to. If we just have an open dialogue with our client, then we can normally get what we want. We just have to show them. Sometimes people just need to be shown. You see? So the camera phone has really, really saved my ass quite a bit. Shauna, listen, biatch, I decline. Marie Jones, it's crazy that people don't think about the time behind. Well, excuse me. It's crazy that people don't think about the time before social media. No, all they think about is, bitch, I ain't seen you working. You posting hot air balloon, bitch. I don't see no beauty makeup. Like, yes, I do work. Okay, so DC, Mr. DeShawn, could I please get some insight and advice from you on something? That's what we're here for, DC, darling. What do I do when the company takes all the credit for the makeup and hairstyling work I did for the Broadway musical in EU? Ooh, that's a good one. What do you do? Oh, wait, there's more. The person I was working for had a celebrity friend working as a hairstylist to mentor me, but she has always been bitter and mean to me. I had to stay pro, but she gave my position and credit away. Okay, I'm percolating, DC. I'm percolating. Company takes all the credit for the makeup and hairstyling work I did for the Broadway musical. I totally understand. I'm trying to equate something to what you're saying. The person I was working for had a celebrity friend working as a hairstylist to mentor me, but okay. Where are you in your career, honey? Like, where exactly, like how long have you been doing this? Excuse me. I should have some water over here. This has happened to me too. Can you tell everything happened to DeShawn? This has happened to me twice. No, 3 times. I didn't think of it. 3 times. The first time it happened was for a magazine cover. They gave the credit to somebody else. And then what was the other one? The cover they gave away, put somebody else's name in, and then what was it? It was a cover. It was 2 more times. Oh, and then I did a show for, well, they're gone now, so I can say the name. I did a show for Becca, and they gave credit. I keyed the show, and they gave the keying credit to somebody else, and I was okay. And then, oh God, it was a magazine, it was a fashion show, and it was something else. I do think it depends on, is it too late? In other words, like sometimes like when magazines roll out, right? That work has already been done, and it's like months and months and months and months and months and months down the line. What do you do about something like that? Well, you can contact the magazine and say, hey, I did the makeup, and you pull out the call sheet, and then you can send it into the magazine and say, I can prove I did this, that kind of thing. And so basically what a magazine would do is print a correction inside of that. In whatever, probably several months down the line, there will be a correction. Credit for the cover of the March issue went to such and such. It should have went to this person, right? But what happens with that is ain't nobody see that shit. Okay, nobody sees that. But that's what they do. In terms of the Becca thing, right? I started noticing how this person's face is all over. And I literally, anything that I saw that they gave credit to somebody else, do you know, every outlet, listen, this is the crazy Black girl, every outlet that posted that as this person being the key, I quickly went right after them and said, that's not the key, I'm the key. And they took the story out, because I saw it. They took the story out and then put me in. Every outlet, I had to do it every day. I was looking every day because I was like, this is such bull. I had to correct it. Okay. So I corrected it myself. If it's something like this, if it's like an advertisement or something like that, that's too hard to correct. Why? Because nobody in advertising world, unless it's like an advertisement that is going to go into this thing called LaBook. LaBook, I don't even know if LaBook is out anymore, but LaBook is this thing that will list all the people that were in the on set. Not all people, but the main people, the photographer, the makeup, the styling, and hair. They normally list those, the creatives, in this LaBook thing, right? And so you could possibly contact LaBook and say, well, that's incorrect. You could possibly do that, but LaBook only prints once a year or twice a year, something like that. So you can do that as well. If this is something that this person, DC, had done to you because she's a biatch, for me personally, if that was somebody who was just kind of, you don't like me, and each time I work for you, this is how you treat me, then I personally would not be working at all for them anymore. I would find another avenue to work, because it tells me this person is not ethical. It also tells me this person has some weird business structure that they think this is okay to do. So I personally would just find another avenue to work, because this is going to keep happening to you for whatever reasons. So, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Sometimes we just have bitchy people. Listen, the industry is not always kumbaya and flowers and sunshine. Sometimes you really will come across some severely bitchy people. And I don't want you confronting people. I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I don't want you confront, you did this to me. I don't want you to do that, because if you're somewhat new in the industry, I don't want it to be a X on you. And so what I mean by that is, we all know in life that there are people who do some dirt, right? We know it, right? We know you just took my credit, gave it to you. We know what you just did. But when you call them on it, right? They see, I'm going to get all hood. And I'm going to get all hood. They, when you point it out, then they get even worse, right? They get more, they double down on it. Instead of apologizing, they don't want to do that. They want to now destroy you. How dare you tell me that? You see what I'm saying? You don't need that. You just need to distance yourself from that. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's something wrong with that person. In my opinion, there's something wrong when somebody would do that to somebody else. If you really did that work, then why didn't you get the credit? You should have gotten the credit. And if that person did that to you purposefully, that tells me there's a screw loose with that person. There's something very off about that person. You see what I'm saying? And we don't need to deal with cuckoo crazy people in our careers when we're starting off or been in it for a while, and we have this kind of minutia. Sometimes we can't change people. Sometimes you just have to take the X, the loss, and keep it moving. I would still probably use them damn pictures though. I might just still whip them out and show people this is my work. But as far as that person, I would stay away from that person, because they're telling you. I was telling people, pay attention to the person. It's like what Maya Angelou says: when people show you who they are, believe them. This person's showing you who they are. They're untrustworthy, right? So stay away from them. And I'm not saying you did anything wrong. You did nothing wrong, but we all know that these types of people exist in life all the time. And sometimes we just have to distance ourselves. Yeah, she gave my position and she gave my position and credit away. That's a stank ass. Okay. Stay away from that stank ass. All right. Just saying. Nubian Princess says, I always tell people you are used to seeing yourself a certain way, but you're paying. Oh, sorry, the thing just moved. You're paying me to make you look your best. I try to educate them about their look. This is going back to Arate's situation. Yes, I agree too. That's what I'm saying. I talk having an open dialogue with your client, even if they are cuckoo crazy about a body part or their eyes or something like that. Having an open dialogue with them is better than is better than being like, shit, like she'll mess up my whole thing. If we have a chance to change it, then we should take every chance we can get to change some crack ass makeup, or you too will be the worst makeup of the year. Oh, help me, Jesus. Welcome to my world. Alrighty says, me too. No mirrors. It doubles the time because they're always angling to look at what I'm doing or constantly asking for a play-by-play. I don't like play-by-plays. I don't like a play-by. It's not a lesson, biatch. Don't try to fake it like this is like, oh, I just want to know what you do. No. I don't give play-by-plays. But I don't mind grabbing a mirror. I really don't mind. I really honestly do not mind. Working with my clients, this is my mirror here. So working with the client and even having her hold the mirror, right? I have her hold the mirror. I don't care. I'll have her hold the mirror and I'll say, okay, I'm going to do this. Look, what do you think? Cool? Good. Then we do something else. Okay, I'm going to do this next. She doesn't see what I'm doing because she can't see. The beauty of these is that when they do this, I can't work. So they know they have to move the mirror. Ha ha ha. So then I'll do something else and I'll say, is that okay? And especially I always do one side. I never do both sides. I do one side because I know now when it's time for me to fly, to go, to let's say put the whole thing on, then I know I'm done. I could be done in 20 minutes. If I took 15 to 20 minutes to go over this side of her face, I know within another 15 minutes I will be done. You see what I'm saying? And it's giving me a map. So I know that's why I work with one side of their face. And then I go, okay, so what do you think about this? Okay, so what do you think about that? And I just go through it and they can have the mirror in hands. But the problem with having the mirror in front is they're constantly you know what I mean? They're constantly trying to look, and that doesn't work for me, constantly trying to look. So that's just how I handle those clients that are nervous. That I'm very confident that we can work out a compromise between the two of us because I'm going to give you the mirror. I'm giving you the mirror. That means I trust. I'm sharing this experience with you. It's not that I've come in and I'm DeShawn and I'm going to do it. I'm sharing it with you. So automatically their guard drops down just a tad bit, especially if they don't know you and this is the first time you're working with them. And then all of a sudden they're like, she's going to jack me up. You know what I mean? Like, do something that's going to calm them. Most of the time when I hand them a mirror, it calms them down. And then we can work. And then we have a great conversation. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to do that way. And I'm putting this on. And normally 99% of the time when I do that, I normally get 99% of what I want. And I didn't take up all this time of doing a face. And then they go, I don't like it. Then it's like, okay. I've had that happen too. And it's just so annoying. Maria Jones. Hi, Maria Jones. She says, I had a client wedding guest who was running late. Because of the time, I had to do her eyes differently from the way she usually wants them done. The same elaborate style. She loved the look. Hello. Well, increase your speed is coming back. I know I said that like 5 months ago. But my class, Increase Your Speed, is coming back. And it's one of the things I teach you guys in that class is when especially when brides, because most of y'all like do a lot of brides, or I do brides and celebrities. Boom, they're the same person. But when they're late, when your clients are late and you still have to do that makeup and you have to do it fast, how the hell do you do an elaborate eye in half the time? How do you do that? And so that's what that class is all about, showing you different ways of how I'm dealing with your client. It's really like there's a new version of Increase Your Speed where it's a lot more client relations thrown into the mix and teaching you shortcuts and stuff. But it's really more about the client relations because I've noticed that when I have my students come and they take the class, most of the time when we're talking, and most of the time when I see something is off, is normally a client relation issue and not a makeup issue. And so I decided to add lots more client relations into it than, an average makeup beauty session kind of thing. And also to cut your time down. Most of my people's, their times get cut by 25% or more. I had one girl who came in here. I swear, no joke. She took her 90 minutes to do a face when she started. And when she left, she did it in 30. So the class ain't no joke. So look out for it. I will be posting it soon. Okay. DC, I've been in the business for almost 3 to 4 years while studying. Okay. Well, congratulations. Okay. So she says, thank you so much. I don't know. DC says, thank you so much for your wisdom. It's a learning curve. It's always a learning curve. Listen, 21 years in business, honey. It's always a learning curve. I'm usually always smiling, but working there took my smile away each day. No, I hate to hear that. Listen, that's why I left corporate America, because my smile went. I didn't have a smile. I was very miserable at corporate America. And I wanted something new to do. I always wanted to be a makeup artist. I had no idea what the hell that meant. And I quit. And then I jumped into makeup. And I have been here ever since. And I have a smile. Even though some clients make you want to punch them in the face. But I have a smile always. So never let somebody take your smile. Never let anybody take your smile. Listen, like I said, honey, chalk that up to that person being just disgusting. That's all. That person is just a disgusting person. They will be very unhappy when their time comes. Okay. That's how I look. Okay. So Newbie Princess, your paperwork is the evidence of your work. Sue them. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I would normally sue them for what? Right? I think and again, this is somebody 21 years in the business versus my brain 2 or 3 years in the business. And the reason why I jump back and forth so much is because I can remember being around DC's, around her year of being in this business, and everything I had done, let's say in year 3 or 4, 5 and 6, was they were like my babies, and nobody touches my babies, and nobody, you know what I mean? And they're so precious to you. And sometimes I think also, one, it's new, and 2, it's a possession and it's ours. And somewhere in the back of our heads, I'll speak for myself. Somewhere in the back of my head, I always felt like I'll never be able to recreate this again. You know what I mean? And we will. We always do. And we always have bigger and better things in our careers that we're going to do. And we're always going to run across these types of people. That's why, in Assisting Rules, I talk about key personalities. So much, because they're just people, and people can be effed up. And this person to DC was effed up. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Especially when DC did it. You're not supposed to do that. You're just being a biatch. That's what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So to sit up here, I'm gonna sue them. Sue who? Are you suing her? Because you can't sue the company, because the company is taking her lead. Yes. So you have to sue this particular person. Like all of this, I'm going to sue you, I, DC, the rest of us. We are all going to have amazing work coming our way. We just don't see it yet until we cling to these things, when we should just learning lesson, let it go, and go forth and do something spectacular without this person. You know what I mean? If DC wanted to sue the company, all right. Who am I to say don't sue somebody? But in my mind, I'm saying to myself, wow, what that person did was so shitty. But that's just not. There's so much in DC's life, career as a makeup artist, that's going to come along, that this will be this big. It could be this big in a year. Do you see what I'm saying? Right now it's huge, but in a year, this too shall pass. You see what I'm saying? But I would my only thing, Newbie Princess, for something like this would be, how much of an interaction am I going to have with this person in the future? You see, like, let's say here's a scenario. Let's say DC has now gone on and done amazing things, which I know you will. And somewhere down the line, you interact with this person again. Well, now you're down the line, you have more stuff underneath your book, in your book or in your portfolio or your website, whatever you guys want to say. And you've gotten a little bit more conies, a little bit more balls. You put your big girl panties on, and now you have come up. You know, you may not be Pat McGrath, but you've come up enough to now go over to that person, as Wendy Williams would say, and you lead with your pinky. And now you can talk to them almost on a level and say, listen, don't play with me, right? The last encounter I had with you was not good. You ain't gonna play with me this time. You know what I'm saying? And then you see what I'm saying? That's when you put your big girl and big boy panties on, and you can talk to a person, a nasty person like that. I hope that makes sense what I just said. I hope so. So I understand that whole, I get it. Believe me, I get it, Nubian. I really do. Because there was times in the beginning of my career, I was hell-bent on suing people. I was hell-bent on suing. I was suing it. And then it was like, but then all of a sudden, you know, then I got something new. And then I got distracted because I started doing new things. I started doing new and better things and more creative things. And then all of a sudden that gig that was so important to me 3 months ago. And how you do this to me, how dare you, is now dust. That's how I look at it. Certain things and other. Now, that hairstylist that pissed me off, she'll always be in my head, and I will always be angry when I tell the story. Okay. But there were certain other things that just dust. It will become dust to you. Yo, I love it. I love it. I love it. DC says, I won't sue them. I'm just going to be better, bigger, brighter in everything I do till they regret what they did to me. Ha ha. Exactly. Exactly. I gotta start with the confetti. That was such a confetti moment, DC. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, but you said it so much better than me. That's my point. That's my whole point. You will do so much better. And then you can do it, honey. Yes. Take this. Listen. Take this pissed offness and fly. There is nothing better. There's nothing more motivating than when people tell you you can't do something, or when people slight you, or people do these things. There's nothing better than coming back and go, ha, with the middle finger. There's just nothing better than that. I'm sorry. It's not even revengeful. It's just nothing better than that. Listen. I tell y'all all the time. In fact, I did a video on this. There's a video on my channel about my friends and my family and how they turned on me. All right. When I said I wanted to be a makeup artist, and they were like, you are too old to be a makeup artist. What do you think you're doing? Oh, they were nasty to me. Listen. Nasty. Okay. And I was just like, oh, is that how you feel about it? Oh, I didn't, because I remember when you had something that you wanted to do that people thought was crazy, I backed you up because I'm a believer in dreams. I back up anybody, whether your dream has come through and has flourished or it failed. At least you tried. That's how my philosophy is. At least you tried. Well, these same people came back, makeup artists, like, what you gonna do? And I was like, oh, really? And it really, for a minute, it gutted me. I was gutted, I tell you, gutted. And I was like, oh, really? What did he do? What DC, what did you say? What did you say? I'm going to come back bigger. Where is it now? Where did it just go? It just left me. I'm just going to be better, bigger, brighter in everything I do till they regret what they did to me. Bang. And that was my attitude. I'm going to be, oh, really? I'm going to show you. That was my attitude. There's nothing better. There's nothing more better than a motivator than haters. There's nothing more better. And when you just able to see, I showed it you. And now everybody, okay, who was nasty to me, and I say nasty. When I tell you nasty, nasty, oh, the years have flown by. I'm so proud of you. Oh, look at what you're doing. Oh, I was just talking about you the other day to my friend. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And you know what my reply is? F you. That's what my reply is. Like you weren't with me. You weren't with me when it was hard. And this business is hard. You weren't with me. You basically left me to die in the makeup world. It's cool. I'm glad that you can talk about me and, oh, DeShawn is doing all this stuff, but where were you for me? Psst, F you. And I know people are like, ooh, you harsh, but it is what it is. You weren't there for me. I don't have that turn the other cheek when it comes to that, because you literally, what they treated me like? I'll tell you what they treated me like. Let me tell you what they treated me like. They treated me like Rose on the Titanic, on the door that she could have shared with Jack, but poor Jack was in the water freezing, and they took this. They're on the raft. DeShawn is in the water, and I'm like, I just need help or something. And then they took my hand and they pried it off, and then I went down into the water, never to be seen again. But did they not know that I swam to the other side and I said, I'm going to get you, and then I came back. There's my story. DC, honey, you just go. You just go. I cannot wait. DC, I'm gonna follow you now. I want your I want your I want your website information. I'm gonna follow you because you are determined, and there's nothing greater than a determined person. There's just nothing greater. I know. I almost feel like you're going to be our next Pat McGrath or Dick Page, or that's what I feel like right now, because you're so motivated. I love it. I love it. See, nothing. What does Nene say? Nothing's good. How you say? Nothing's good. Nothing good can come when you do people dirty. There's nothing good that can come from that. Nothing. I've met many, many people in this industry who tried to do me dirty, and their careers are not doing that well. Just saying. Newbie Princess says, it definitely makes sense. I just believe in standing on my paperwork and getting my points and credit. I feel you. I'm not saying you're wrong, Newbie Princess. I know you're not wrong, but there are just times that sometimes we just have to just say, let go and move on. But you keep it in your head. It's not even forgiving. I'm not saying DC should forgive. You just don't forget. Just don't forget. And then just keep moving. Let this motivate you to be the best of everything that you could have ever dreamt of. Let it motivate you. Thank you, Mr. Sean. You're making me smile. Yes, it's a whole different world. Haha, I have Instagram. Still didn't put up these musical pics. You keep going, honey. You just keep going. You keep going. You just, I by what you said to me, I just feel like you're gonna take over the world. That's what I feel like. For what you just said to me, I just feel like you're gonna fly. It sounds terrible. Keep this hatred in your heart. I'm not trying to make you keep hatred. I'm trying to get you to stay motivated. Just stay motivated. Just think of that person every single time and then you just go for it. That's what you do. I love it. Child, that's what we got to do. So listen, beautiful people, this has been an hour and a half. So we'll be back next Sunday. Hopefully I'll be in that room. If you notice, I thought I was going to be in my room at this point, but I have been laid up for so many weeks that I have not been able to go in there and clean it out and do all these things. I'm rearranging it. I'm turning it more into a studio space. Right now it's a lounge / office, and now I want it to be a real office, and I have to move all the stuff around. And since I've been hopping and hobbling around for the last 3 weeks, I have not been able to. So I'm still at my dining room table, which is annoying, but I'm still here. So I am thrilled that you guys are here. Thank you. Thank you to some of these new people. I haven't seen your names before, but thank you for coming. You are always welcome. Always, always, always. And we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week Sunday. But we'll be back next week Sunday with questions. Real questions from you. So give a girl a thumbs up. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. That's it. See you next week. Turn on the notification so you know when my crazy behind is back. Okay. Okay. Have a good night, you beautiful people. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but your girl is back. Have a good one. Bye.